The Scrapforged Mechaspider is one of the many new mounts coming in patch 8.2, and this one you can get from Mechagon. In this video, I wanted to run through the details that will be useful to you so you can get this mount when the patch goes live. So to get the Scrapforged Mechaspider, you'll have to do 12 days of dailies, and then on the 12th you'll make an item which will award you with the mount. To get started with this string of quests, you'll have to unlock Mechagon, you'll head over to Mechagon, you'll go through the story quest, which you pretty much have to do anyway, and then once you're done with the story quest, you'll have a new quest with an NPC right in front of the Scrapforged Mechaspider, so you can't really miss it. And they'll have a quest for you every single day, so you'll want to make sure you're doing that every day. The quests themselves are fairly straightforward. Every day you'll have a unique task, but most of them are fairly similar in theme. You'll have to go and kill robots and collect parts, or go and get this other thing. Either way, something that won't take very long, so you shouldn't be spending too long on these quests every day. However though, there are 4 in particular that I thought was worth talking about because they will knock you back a little bit if you're not ready for them. So the first one is on day 6, and that is to have 1,000 scrap. Now honestly, 1,000 scrap isn't that difficult to get. It may sound like a lot, but it's just a bit of time farming mobs and collecting scrap. But you could pre-prepare for this, so just don't spend any of your scrap or keep hold of scrap. Just keep 1,000 scrap in preparation for day 6, and then you'll be able to hand this in nice and easily and you won't have to do any farming. The next quest worth noting is on the 8th day, and that is to collect a bundle of recyclable parts and hand that in, and then you'll get the item you need from the quests. Now you should be doing this anyway if you're getting reputation with the rust bolt resistance, but if you're a little bit confused on what to do for this quest in particular, because if you've not done this before it could be quite confusing, then what you'll want to do is head over to Junkyard Depot, kill out the mobs there, and you'll get these parts from the mobs. And when you've collected enough of the different parts, you'll be able to combine them together to make a bundle of recyclable parts. You'll hand that into the recyclizer, which is in the same area. You'll get an item that you can open, and inside that will be some scrap and also the quest item we need. The next quest worth noting is the quest on day 9, which is to hand in 30 empty energy cells. And 30 may not sound like a lot, and honestly it isn't. You get empty energy cells from doing most of the content, from looting chests, from killing rares. You'll end up with quite a lot of them. But you convert your empty energy cells into actual energy cells, which you'll use for crafting and various other things. And what I ended up doing on the 8th day, actually, I converted all of my empty energy cells into actual energy cells. I think I had like 120 of them. And then the next day I get a quest to get 30 empty ones, and I've got none, so I had to grind them out. So once again, it's one of those things where you just want to keep aside 30 empty ones, don't convert them into normal ones, and keep them aside for the 9th day's quest. The final quest worth noting is actually the final quest of the whole chain, so the 12th day's quest, and that is because it requires you to craft an item. You'll hand that item in and you'll get the mount, but the item you have to craft actually requires quite a lot of different materials. The first one it's going to require is 8 spare crates, and 1 spare crate is 250 scrap to make. So that's going to be 2,000 scrap to make the 8 spare crates, and that's a fairly significant amount of scrap. I mean, it's going to take you quite a bit to farm that up. So I would recommend trying to keep aside the 2k that you need for the 12th day, because otherwise you're going to have to go and farm it. And you'll get scrap progressively from doing stuff on the island, but it's very easy to spend it as well on various items and power-ups. So if you can, keep that aside. The next thing you'll need is 5 energy cells, and this should be the easiest part for you. Empty energy cells are everywhere, and I have like 100 odd energy cells on the PTR that I'm just not using, so by the 12th day you should have plenty as well. If you don't for whatever reason, then just look out for the item or the tower in Bondo's Yard when that's active, as that will allow you to turn empty energy cells into actual energy cells, and then you should have a ton. The final item you need is 8 chain igniter coils, and these are items that can drop rarely from rares and I think chests as well. You're not going to get them very often, but at this point I'd been playing for about 15 or 16 days on the PTR, and I had 13, so I had more than enough than I needed. But if for whatever reason you're short and you don't want to wait, then you can actually purchase them as well from a vendor in Bondo's Yard, but that will cost you 35k per one. So I would recommend waiting it out and getting them from rares and other stuff, because there is a lot of rares on the island. If you're proactively doing all the rares and the chests, then you'll probably get them before the 12th day anyway. But either way, you do need 8 of these chain igniter coils. So if you have some spare, don't delete them, don't sell them, whatever. Keep hold of them for the 12th day. And that's it. Once you have all those materials, you can make this final item, you can hand it in, and you'll get yourself the Scrapforged Mechaspider. So hopefully this video was some help for you for 8.2 going live, and hopefully now you'll know what to prepare and you'll be slightly ahead of the curve. You won't have to do any farming or anything like that. You should have all the items that you need ready to go. So thanks for watching. Look out for more guides coming soon. See ya!